What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my very first monthly Plan With Me video for 2021, which is honestly so crazy to even think about. But getting right into it, I decided to do a snowy theme for January since I've been really wanting snow where I live, but we still haven't gotten any yet. So I thought I would bring the snowy feel into my journal. I used bubbly letters to write out January and drew little piles of snow on top of each letter as if it had been snowing. Then I drew a squiggly border around the page to make it look like the page is surrounded by snow, and scattered little snowflakes all around the empty space to make it look like it was snowing around the spread. To be honest, I don't really know how I feel about how this theme turned out. It's definitely not one of my favorites, but it's also not one of my least favorites. I seem to always have trouble thinking of good themes for January, so hopefully one day I will find one that I actually like. And then lastly, I colored in the letters with an icy blue color and took that same color and drew some snowflakes around the page. For the quote page, I wrote out 12 new chapters, 365 new chances, because we all have 365 new days to achieve the goals that we will set for ourselves this new year. For my January calendar spread, I wrote out the monthly header the same way as on the cover page, with the bubbly letters and the snow sitting on top of each letter. I wanted to do something different with the calendar and not just have my regular straight boxes, so I decided to make the top of each row look like there was snow sitting on top of it, similar to what I did with the monthly header. I also did the same design with the two boxes for my monthly goals and important dates. I thought that this added so much more character to the spread, and it also helps keep the entire spread cohesive with the overall theme. When drawing out the boxes within the calendar, I made sure to draw around the snow to keep it looking clean. Then I wrote out the headers for each section with simple capital lettering because I didn't want it to take any attention away from the monthly header. And to add some color into the spread, I highlighted the days of the week and colored in the monthly header with the blue marker. I didn't want to color in the snow in the calendar because then it wouldn't really look like snow anymore. So instead, I drew little dots in each box to write the number of each day. Lastly, I filled in all of the empty space around the page with snowflakes in both the black and blue colors. This spread can look like it's unfinished or lacking color with not coloring in more of the calendar, but I also like how it makes the header stand out more with not having too much color everywhere else. This first weekly spread is my least favorite of all of the spreads in this entire video, and I'm sure most of you will probably feel the same way once you see all of the rest of them. but I used a layout that I like to use almost every month, and to make it fit the theme, I made it look like there was snow on the top of each daily box. The problem with this layout is there isn't much space to incorporate the color or the theme, so as I was drawing it out, it was just looking really plain and boring. I kept going, hoping that it would start to come together because sometimes spreads won't look how you want it to until the very end, but unfortunately that didn't happen this time. Basically, the only color in the entire spread was concentrated around the monthly header, which made the rest of the spread look really empty. I wanted to keep the snow aspect of each daily box white so that it would look like snow, and then I was going to write in the days of the week with the blue marker within the snow header. But you really couldn't see it at all, and it just did not look good. I tried to think of other ways I could add more color that wouldn't take away from the snowy look, but I couldn't think of anything that I liked, so I decided to just color in the snow completely with the blue, and I wrote the days of the week with my black pen. Thankfully, things started to look a lot better once I started my second weekly spread, and I think this one might be my favorite of all 4 weekly spreads. As always, be sure to let me know in the comments which spreads you like the best from this entire video. I always look at your guys' feedback, and you help me not only improve my own spreads, but also give me inspiration for new ones. So after messing up on the previous spread, I actually redesigned the remaining weeklies to incorporate more color without having to color in the snow. And to do that for this spread, I drew a small box to hold the days of the week, and I put the snow on top of the box. This way I can color in the box while leaving the snow white. So I colored in those boxes underneath the snow with the same blue marker that I've been using for all of the other spreads. I really like how this one turned out because each of the daily sections kind of mimics how the monthly header was designed, and I thought it brought the entire spread together and kept everything cohesive. To finish off the daily sections, I wrote in the days of the week in my regular lowercase handwriting towards the outsides of the boxes and the number for each day near the insides of the boxes. And of course, you can't forget about adding in all of the snowflakes to bring the entire spread together. For this third weekly spread, I had a little bit of trouble figuring out where to add in more color without copying what I did with the second weekly spread. But eventually I did find the perfect way to do it, and you'll see what I mean when we get to that part. So as I've been doing with all of my January spreads, I drew my regular daily boxes but added some snow on the top of each box to keep up with the theme. And if you didn't notice, I've also been adding snow to the mini calendars on each of the weekly spreads. Because my previous spread had all of the daily sections towards the middle of the page, I decided to keep the sections for this one near the outer edge of the page to make sure the layouts don't feel too similar. So what I decided to do with adding color to the daily sections was drawing a single line at the bottom of each box with the blue marker. This way I could not only add the color, but also have a place to write the days of the week and keep the snow white. To change things up a bit, I decided to write the days of the week in a simple calligraphy instead of my regular handwriting. And of course, I then used the empty space in the middle of the page to draw all of the snowflakes. If you've gotten this far into the video, be sure to comment down below if you've gotten any snow where you live, or you can just leave a snowflake emoji. This last weekly spread is also one of my favorites, mainly because of how the monthly header is laid out. I organized all of the daily boxes along the top and bottom edges of the page and put the header in the center of the spread to try to make it more of a focal point. If you're someone who is always super busy and has a bunch of tasks each day, then I wouldn't recommend using this layout because the boxes are pretty small. But you can add more room by making the boxes longer and the monthly header smaller. And if you're like me and only have a few long tasks each day, then this layout will definitely work for you. For each of the daily boxes, I highlighted a small section underneath the snow for where I would write out the days of the week. And for the days, I wrote out just the first 3 letters, spacing them out evenly across the highlighted area, and adding the number of each day to the bottom right corner of each box. But that is all for my January Plan With Me video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and got some good ideas for your own journal. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video.